Hello, hello. Yes, yes, I see it now. Somehow it got delayed. I didn't even do anything. I did. Trust me, I didn't do anything. But yeah, welcome to the Global Sunday Show. What's going on? I am in the building. I'm not in my studio. I'm at home, so I won't have some nice effects. I was talking to Holy Host, in which actually let me play his track. He contacted me yesterday and he was like, "Hey man, I've got some, new music coming up, and I would like to come to the show and and do something with you. So let me see if I can play his music." Only hosting the building. What's going on? What is going on? Now with Global Sunday, we have to watch a piece. That was Holy Host Ati Impi. It means war in English. So yeah, if you a Global Sunday follower, you will learn a lot of isiZulu. Zulu is such a fantastic African language. It's very smooth and sometimes can be harsh and hard, but I like the fact that it has like a lot of different dynamics. You can, if you want to learn the simple version of Zulu, you can learn that. If you want to learn like the really, really, really like ancient Zulu, in which is very connected to Swahili. So make sure you always tune in on the Global Sunday Show. We are going to teach you isiZulu. But with that said, I want to introduce Mr. Lodin on the show. In 3, 2, 1, Mr. Lodin in the building. Boo, 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 boo.
Salvona, Salvona.
Oh, I like it. I like it. Yes, Sawona, Sawona. I like it. I like it. Do you want to explain what that means to people? I wish we had like captions or something like that.
Yeah. Hey, we lost our frames again.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what
It's
happened.
all right. It's all right.
Yeah.
As long as we're next to each other, that's all that matters.
Right. No frames dividing us, correct?
But all you had to do is say the word frame, and then it came there.
Frame! Look at that! Look at that! Look at that! Well, I think you were right. We gotta upgrade our frames. We're still on Christmas. You see those
yeah, the lights.
Those lights above our head there. How are you doing, Mr. Lennon?
I'm doing well. I'm doing really well.
Mhm.
You know, we've had a lot of I don't know what you call it, like the whole everything got shaken up and tossed up into the air and it all landed and it's landed in a really good place. And so that's good. You know, the beginning of a year, it's good to sort of reorganize, look at what was there before. For everybody except for Linganiguala to make a resolution for the coming year and you know, and start off
I
fresh.
thought I did talk about my resolution last time.
I am joking.
What is going on? I thought I did. Didn't I?
Yeah.
Okay. I can't remember what it was, but I know I did.
Well, you said that you had a lot to think about and you were really going to think about it.
Oh, wait. Are you still there?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. I didn't hear your last words.
I said what you said was that you had a lot to think about and you were going to really think about it. And you were going to think about the things you can do as a resolution and the things to stop doing as a resolution.
No, I disagree. No, I disagree.
Oh.
I think what I said is I wanted to take a group of people to South Africa
That's
this
right.
year.
That's right. And what about your personal behavior? Any changes in that?
Oh, I love it. I love it. I'm not gonna change it. I'm not gonna change anything. I love my personal behavior. I love it. Well, as long as it's not affecting anybody. Well, I believe that you know, I believe that as human beings we are built differently, and we're here to do a completely different contribution. There are people who can walk. There are people who can talk. There are people who can hear. There are people who can and there are people who can even respect. And like, hey, I've been trying to teach this person respect, but you talk about it now. 5 minutes later, he meets somebody, and then the respect is gone.
Yeah.
So I believe we are all sick in our own way. It's just that we need to learn how to live with each other. Sometimes it's really frustrating. Like it's, you know, because of how we grow up and we understand what the normal is, you know, what's being normal is, you know. So if people act differently to how we act, we think that's wrong.
One of my spiritual advisors once told me
Mm.
the only thing that he is absolutely certain is normal is a setting on his washing machine. There is the normal cycle for the washing machine.
Right.
Beyond that, nothing is normal.
But even that too, if we go into depth, even that too, we can't guarantee if it's normal or just a written word on the drying washing machine.
Exactly.
You know, so yeah, I mean that's I was thinking before the show, I was like, you know what? For the next event, I would really like to just like, like create a topic and then invite people from the public so they can just sign up, and be like, okay, yeah, we'll join the show and we'll have like this topic with you. We're gonna be here in the studio virtually, or if they are local, they can be at the studio. But I was thinking, I didn't actually think of the actual topic, but I was like, you know what? So it doesn't seem unfair that most of the time we talk about, the Global Sunday talk about really serious issues. It talks about issues that concerns the community, people, individuals, families, etc. But the more we have these people who are, part of the community getting involved and also saying their opinions, I think it would be great. So I was thinking that I just make an open event where there's a specific topic and I have people signing up, and we have a limited number of people where they can sign up and join us, and then we can have like a really fruitful conversation, so that they're not just sitting here and watching us talking about facts. They can also bring their own facts as well, and we can have like a really fruitful conversation. But as you know, with the Global Sunday and articulation and everything, it always have to come to a conclusion where we all come together and find like a solution to whatever topic that we have. So I was thinking about that today. I was like, oh, it would be a fantastic thing.
I think it would be fantastic. many, many years ago, I started writing a series of novels called the SIL novels, and the SIL stands for Space Industries Laboratory. It's a futuristic science fiction series, and it has 9 books in it. And the reason that I wanted to do that is because my friend Al Gore at that time was a senator, and he was about to run for president for the first time. He talked about a book that is called The Drama of the Gifted Child. And it's a child psychology book written by Alice Miller, who is a German psychologist. And in that, she talks about when you're born until you're about 5 years old, your brain learns more and processes more information than Einstein did in his entire adult career. Because you can't feed yourself, you can't walk, you can't go and get a blanket if you're cold, you can't, change your diaper if you need to, you can't do anything. And yet, during not being able to do absolutely nothing, you learn how to communicate to the people around you when you are hungry, when you are cold, when you need to get your diaper changed, when you're bored, you need to be touched and played with, when you need to be left alone. You learn all of that before you say your first even mama, papa. Before that, you've learned how to control and direct the world around you. And then you learn language. And so every child is a genius. Every single person born, in terms of what their brain does between birth and 5 years old, is a genius above Einstein.
Wow.
And here's the thing from her book is that what they don't realize is they don't have the history, they don't have the memory bank, so they don't understand, oh, that adult, I know it's not my mother, but that adult is my mother's boss, or my aunt, or my sister, or my, you know what I mean? Like, they don't know the cultural, social context of anything. So they end up making conclusions. And what talks about in her book is the conclusion of a child. So you got a little baby, he's old enough, or she's old enough to be in a preschool environment, 3, 4 years old. And that day, they had their snack at 2:00. They had their nap time. They're getting ready to be picked up. They're supposed to be picked up at 5. They normally eat dinner at, say, 6. And there's a traffic jam. And the parent gets there late to pick them up. And so the child is feeling hungry, and then the parent realizes, oh my God, I forgot to get milk. I have to stop at the store and get milk. And then by the time they get home, it's 7:00. The child needs to eat at 6, and they get more and more upset. And then the parent plops the child down, runs to the kitchen, quickly puts something together. Now the child is crying and having a tantrum, and then they bring the food. What the child learns in that genius state is, oh, if I cry and have a tantrum, I get food. Because they don't understand traffic jams and grocery shopping, and they don't know about those things. And so what they end up is, how many adults do you know that when they get hungry, they have a tantrum? And that's because they figured out when they were a baby, if I have a tantrum, I will get fed.
Wow.
If I lose my shit, I will get attention. You know what I mean? And so think about the adults you know. So I decided I wanted to write a book, start off with just one book, to young people.
Yeah.
12, 13, 14-year-olds, when they're entering into puberty, and then all of a sudden everything gets confusing, so they can understand themselves better. They can understand why every Saturday they don't want to be in the house. They want to go out and they want to take a walk. Why is that? Because that on Saturday was the beautiful day that the parents didn't have to work, and they went outdoors and they were all together. So every Saturday, if they don't go out into nature, they don't feel right. Things like that. So people could understand about themselves going through puberty and entering into the adult world. So I came up with this science fiction series. And the whole point of it was to let young people know, understand yourself, accept who you are, and be that thing. And what you do does impact the world around you. You're part of a committee, and the committee is called the human race, and we are the committee that guides the globe. Anyway, so I think that your idea is it fits right into that thinking to let people know that their voice matters, that their particular individual original spin on things, their ideas really matter. And the fact that they are different is the value in them. And that's a very long story to make a very short, probably not even important point. So thank you for listening. Everybody wake up. We're going to do the show now. I'll stop talking.
No, I honestly think that that's well, I'll be the first one to buy that book if if you're still keen to write that book about that.
No,
I think
it's out there. It's called Second Pass. It's available on all booksellers worldwide.
Second Pass. Okay, if you're watching and you'd like to see that book, please go and get. Is it available on Amazon?
Yeah, Amazon, Barnes
Amazon.
and Noble, Libris, all of the online booksellers.
Wonderful, and it's really it's really funny. You know, I had I won't explain exactly what it is, but I got this weird and crazy information about babies that in the next couple of months babies will start talking within 12 months.
Okay, thank God. I thought you were about to say something else.
Well,
Okay.
I can say that if you if that's what you want.
You have been going out on weekends a lot lately. Okay, so that's the news that babies will talk in 12 months.
Business. It's business. You know what I'm talking about? Well, yeah. So it's really really interesting. I don't know what it is. It might be food. It might be the lifestyle. It might be whatever it is. But I think the younger generation is much more flexible and wiser. I wouldn't say
I don't
wiser.
think.
I
I
wouldn't.
think they're
I wouldn't say wiser
precocious.
because that's gonna be like creating a separation. But they're much more
They're precocious.
precocious. Could you please explain what that means for me so that I don't
So
go around and say,
pre
"Hey, young
means
people, you precocious,"
okay.
and be like, "What?
Precocious.
Hey, you
Precocious
African?"
comes from cognizant. It comes from knowledgeable, aware. Precocious. They are doing things before normally they would have the awareness to know how to do that.
Okay, exactly. So I think that's why I have this feeling that they will start talking before the age of 1. I don't know how it
Let's hope
happens.
that they don't
Maybe
start
there's a
talking.
genius out there who knows how this happens and why it happens. A lot of us look into like closer things like food, etc. But I think there's so much more than that.
Yeah.
But I do
There
believe that.
is. Yeah.
So if you're watching right now, save this video because I tell you right now, in the next couple of months, children will be talking before the age of 1. They'll just how children used to be like when they are born and they're like sometimes it used to be the fact that they can't see, like the eyes were closed, and they were like, where the hell am I? And they would cry. Hey, a couple of days ago I saw a video of it. I should have downloaded that video so I can play it for people who are watching at home right now. I saw this child. He was born and he just got up and looked at everyone. And was like, "Who the hell are you guys?" Eyes wide open,
Yeah.
open.
My
So that's what I
oldest
mean.
daughter, was when she was born. I was there at the birth, and when she was born, first of all, she came out like Superwoman with one fist coming out first. She's like, "Here I am," and then what they do is they place the baby on the mother's stomach before they even cut the umbilical cord and everything. And I said something, and she turned her head and opened her eyes and looked at me and smiled. And that I want to tell everybody out there in the public, that was the moment that I lost all power in life. I am controlled by that little girl.
When
Everything
was
I do, she's in charge of. I have no say in anything because when you have a daughter and she looks at you and smiles, that's it. You're done. You're no longer a man. You're no longer a person. You're her servant for the rest of the eternity.
Oh my God. Okay, so he did not say that. He did not say.
I did,
He did
girls.
not
I
say that.
did. But it only happens with your father. It doesn't happen with anybody else.
Oh, okay, okay. Thanks for the clearance. Okay, welcome if you're watching on Facebook. Welcome if you're watching on YouTube and Diverse TV. I was live on Instagram a couple of seconds ago, but I decided to go live on my personal account on Facebook. So if you're watching and you have some sort of like experience with what we're talking about right now, um, look, please just drop a comment below. Let us know what your experience with babies as well. We can have fun with that. But with that said, I think we have global news. Yeah, it's already noon, so we have global news coming up, and then later on we are going to have Learn isiZulu with Lungani. Remember, all these segments we're going to be posting them later. If you want to watch them later, we're going to be posting them later on the Global Sunday Show social media network, or however you want to express it or call it. So let's take a short break, and then when we come back, we're going to go straight to the news. But still, drop us the comments and let us know what you think about the baby, the babies discussion. All right, this is the Global Sunday Show. We'll be right back.